Hello everyone. Cataract development after vitrectomy is highly likely within a year of surgery. The type of cataract is generally nuclear. Despite the fact that the nucleus itself may not be particularly challenging, the rate of complication in vitrectomized eyes is reported to be significantly higher than the normal. Presence of silicone oil in the vitreous cavity have a profound effect on the subsequent cataract surgery. It needs planning right from biometry, decision about the incision location, IOL design and type of anesthesia. If silicone oil was used, this can influence ultrasound biometry results as sound travels at a different speed in oil than the vitreous gel. Optical biometry should overcome this issue. Some droplets of silicone oil present in the antechamber and this has to be removed at the time of cataract surgery. When topical anesthesia alone is used, be aware that sudden change in the antechamber depth can cause the patient discomfort or sharp pain. Scleral rigidity is generally reduced in vitrectomized eyes because the globe is softer, and because of this and also because of this condition is often present in the myopic eye, the type and size of cataract incision is important. Some surgeons even prefer the scleral incision over the clear corneal incisions. Risk of lens iris diaphragm retropulsion syndrome, that is the LIDRS, or posterior pupillary block is significantly high in vitrectomized eye, in which the gush of irrigation fluid pushes the iris backward against the underlying structures. Sudden deepening of anterior chamber gives discomfort to the patient, and surgeon has to go literally vertically with the phaco probe, and sometimes even sphincter damage and PCR can occur. Here I did few things to avoid the posterior pupillary block. I used irrigation aspiration tip instead of phaco because the patient was young and nucleus was soft, and I used atropine eye drop along with other mydriatics in preoperative period, and I kept iris hooks standby and trained my second hand to lift the iris with the Sinskey hook in case of block. Fortunately, I managed this case without any problem. Posterior capsule was fibrosed. Do not try to do much of the polishing of posterior capsule. Sometimes posterior capsular rent can occur at this stage. Gently I used hydrojet technique in which I used the BSS to remove the fibers and cells from the posterior capsule. Filled the chamber with the high viscosity viscoelastics. Now eye is ready for IOL implantation. Here I implanted single piece hydrophobic IOL implant in the bag, and just be careful during visco removal after the IOL implantation. Do not try to go behind the IOL because sometimes sudden change in the pressure can create the posterior capsular rent. So here you can keep the irrigation aspiration tip in the antechamber over the IOL and just give some time for the thorough removal of the viscoelastics. So with a little care and thought about the biometry, intraocular lens, anesthesia, incisions, capsulotomy and the maneuvers to avoid posterior block, cataract surgery in posterior vitrectomized eyes can be easily managed. Thanks for watching.